Welcome to Feisty Chess. I've got white on Chess, playing against Badrlamal. Sicilian defense. Here comes the Morra Gambit. We're going to give up a pawn for quick development and control of the center. And black's not going to take it. Okay. What we do here is we go straight for the Maroczy bind, clamping down on d5. All right. Our pattern of development will be pretty simple here. We'll get our knights to the sensible squares. He better play a6 now. Well, maybe. And we'll castle. He's adopting a different kind of pattern here. Usually they go for the fianchetto with g6 and then d6. But now that he's done this, maybe I think I'll go rook e1 and then play for e5. We go with h3. Now now rook e1 and e5 is a big threat. Okay, he plays d6. That's a weak looking pawn on d6 though. Maybe I get my bishop next to the queen, lined up against the queen here. That looks like a plan. And the bishop can drop back to h2. Okay, do I want to go c5? Probably want to play rook c8 first, rook c1 first. Okay, we're playing with all of our pieces now, and we can maybe drop the bishop back to b1 if we want. So in case of knight here, okay, he's going for this. Now the bishop belongs on g5, and we've just got a delicious square here. I think I'll want to drop the bishop back before planting a knight on that square. Or actually, yeah, the bishop wants to come back. Well, he can play bishop here. Actually, not with his queen there. The choice is between bishop back here, or just taking immediately. I'd rather wait till I'm provoked to take. The knight doesn't have anywhere good to go, and this bishop honestly would be better off back here. It's a pretty closed position, but I definitely have the advantage. Okay. He wants to bring the queen back to d8. Me taking on f6 here just allows him to clear his bishop off that awkward d8 square. So how can I improve my position without giving that up? Let's try queen d2. Queen b3 maybe? Queen e2 or c2 also makes sense. Yeah, I like e2. He's really tied up here. e2 prevents, well, he can't play b5 thanks to this strong c pawn. So my next idea is going to be bring a rook to d1. Not sure which rook just yet. Probably the e rook. Okay, I provoked a little bit of a weakness here. I've got the space advantage. I don't want to trade. It would make sense here, but this just kind of lets him off the hook. I could also go back to h4, make him play g5. Bishop looks good here. His queen doesn't have many places to go. If queen e6, I can just come in here with knight here, and then he can't take because the recapture will be a pawn fork of some kind. He can try b6, but that just seems to, yeah, now his bishop, his dark square bishop is quite a bit worse. I can play knight a5, a4 to kind of tickle that weakness. Let's play this rook here. I might try knight h4 into f5. That looks pretty good. That looks really good. Also g4, g5 ideas, but yeah, knight h4 into f5 looks great. I can always go f3 to shore up that pawn if I need to as well. So yeah, this is looking really good. Our queen has some scope on this diagonal now, eliminating his knight from going to h5. I also looked at knight here, but it just allows him to trade pieces. Oh, you know what? He's got knight takes here, but then I end up getting the pawn back. It kind of opens up the position some. Okay, he's got knight takes. He's going for this. Well, that doesn't look right at all. Now my knight comes to f5 and loves it. Yeah, let's go. He also watches over the d4 square here, and g6 is not an appealing possibility for black. It's also critical that I can support. If he, say, takes here and tries to undermine, I can just capture with the bishop, and my knight is still defended. Plans might include a3, b4. Oh, I really like this plan. g4 or f4 is a plan here. There's also knight here. Maybe I want to keep my king safe. If he takes, I can open up that bishop. Takes, I can take this way. I can force further weaknesses. Yeah. If I take the other way, I'm opening up my rook. I think I'm going to go queen c2 here. That can get hit with knight b4. Kind of annoying. Let's just... well, that's not that much of a useful move, is it? Yeah, let's play here. That prepares queen c2. Maybe I'm taking it too slow, I don't know. But I don't see a rush in this position. I mean, well, maybe in terms of my clock, a little bit of a rush there. The Morra declined. I played a lot of Morras on this channel, but not too many Morra declines. Okay, he wants a little more defense on the b pawn, maybe. So our plan, and we're sticking to it, is this. In which case, if I play here, he can't take. Because once I take here, threatening his knight, he's in real trouble because I've got mate ideas on h7. This reminds me of a tournament game I played recently. I had this queen and bishop battery against the king in the corner. If I'm able to trade off that f6 knight, that could be very dangerous. Of course, it's not dangerous as long as his pawn is on e4. Ah, he wants... Ooh. This is even worse, though, isn't it? After knight takes... Oh, then he can take with the bishop. I see. I wonder if c5 works now. There's lots to consider here. I think I'm going to go with this. I'm still hitting. I still can hit this with tempo. He's got a lot of ways to go wrong here. Let's see. If he takes here, then I just take here, and I'm hitting his queen. He has to take here. And once I take here, it looks really good for me. So knight f5, knight f6, g takes f6, e takes f5. Well, he's got counterplay there. He's got this nasty bishop. Maybe that's not so good. Obviously threatening on e7 here, so he's got to make some kind of decision. Knight e7 was a good move. Okay, I'll just go for an advantageous ending. This allows him to simplify by taking over here. I probably should have gone for FC takes. I'm pretty sure I'm better in this ending. He really needs to take. I've got the space advantage for what that's worth. Can I go anywhere with a threat? Apparently not. This is worth looking at. Takes. Takes. I got 2 rooks, but he's got the bishop pair. I don't have any follow-ups. I'm just going to come back to b1. Yeah. Okay, we're going to expand on the queen side. Planning c5, and he's going to play on the king side. We've got to stop f4. My majority is over here on the distant side of the board. Should we trade things off? I'd like to take right now and then push d5 or d6. Oh, and it looks like I'll be able to. And then I'll be able to push d7 with an attack on that rook if I want. Maybe c5 is better to push first. No, d6. He has to bring the bishop to... He has to bring the bishop to d8 to hold on to this pawn. And it's better that there's no rook possibility on d8. Now his rooks can't get to the queen side to help. I'm just going to keep pushing my pawns. My rooks are ideally placed here. I have to say, I only noticed that now. What's the best place to put this bishop? He might want to play rook f7, so bishop a2 might be the best way to keep him pinned down here. All those pawns are monsters. His pawns are problematic too, but I have my king in a position that can try to stop them. I think I want to keep this bishop on that diagonal and maybe go to this diagonal with it. That would be some nasty looking bishops against his king there. Okay. Yeah, if we trade stuff off, it seems like things are going to go my way. My king position being what it is. So let's propose some trades. He needs to take that bishop, as far as I can tell. If he goes rook over here, I think I've got bishop back here. Let's check that. Bishop here. Now, if rook comes here, can I just go here? Rook takes, and then I queen. He has to take with his rook, and I gain the exchange for a pawn. Or I can just take here. Then he's hitting. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, that really cramps him. I'm planning rook d6. My bishops just dominate things here. Yep, okay. I've got 2 passers. His are not passers. And he's got 1 passer. So rook d6, he's got to give way with that bishop. Go rook d6 anyway. If he goes d7, I can play rook c1. c6 is coming. Okay, c6, here it comes. He doesn't have any real threats he can make. I'm just airtight here. So I could even try king f2. Is king f2 safe enough? I think I'd... Let's king f2. That seems like an obvious move here. A king on e1 would look really great, so... Okay, he's giving us a pawn. We got a rook on the 3rd rank guarding all that too, which is nice. c7 is coming. So the big central passers that are more distant from the king, see, my king is playing, his isn't. So I think the distance, the distant passers made a difference here. He's got to give the bishop, I guess. And I'll take with the rook on d6, so that way I still have control. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, there's just no good moves for black to prevent c7 here. Or even to give up a piece for a couple pawns to try to go for a draw. I'm betting the computer says this is like +8. What a guess. I'm great at thinking like a computer. +8.2, in fact. 8.3. It gets a little better. All right, let's look at it from the beginning. So I really think d3. I don't know. I don't think it's the way to decline the Morra. It's really meek. I mean, how about I move this pawn again and don't even get a pawn for it? It just seems silly to me. It is frustrating though as a Morra player. This is not what I want to be playing. And you always want to play after whatever move c4 here. I had a tournament game against a master who also declined it this way, and I just went knight f3 here, and then he was able to play d5, and I was no longer able to put in place this Maroczy bind. I was kind of worried about his knight coming to d4, but his knight coming to d4 is not a threat at all here, and I can play knight f3 on the next move as I did. Like I said, usually black will go for this fianchetto dragon type situation. But he goes for e6 here. I wonder what the computer recommends. The computer actually says e6, but okay. Yeah, and I've just got a nice healthy advantage here. That Maroczy bind, the computer loves it. I don't have to play. I can play patiently, just improve my position. Sensible moves. It's not difficult. Oh, this move maybe give away a little bit of advantage. Bishop is better on e3, apparently. I kind of wanted to provoke e5 to give him that positional weakness. Oof. Now knight d5. Oh, and he can't take. How did I miss this? He can do this, and when I take, he's going to be able to hit the queen, like hit the knight like this. But I can take h7. And I'm up a pawn here, and black has still got a terrible situation. I might be up 2 pawns. Bishop e6 is the best move. Just retaking, and I'm up. I'm just up 1 pawn here, but I've got such active pieces compared to black, so it's like I've got the pawn and the compensation there. All right, I missed that. I played a little too timidly, I suppose. But this can't be good. Yeah, black's coming back to e3. I mean, I just keep an advantage here. Yeah, rook e to d1. It's always a good rule of thumb to get your rook opposed to your opponent's queen. It's almost always a good move. You can't think of anything better to do. Okay, so let's look at this critical line. Apparently I still have a huge advantage here. Knight takes e4. Oh, okay. Okay, well this doesn't gain him a pawn because I'm charging in with my rooks. Queen e7, queen d3. Ooh, I'm looking at h7 here. Rook f d8. Oh, I see. Giving him some breathing room. But actually, I can just come here, can't I? Knight f6? Yeah. He's got to go king f8. Rook d8. d8. Knight d5. Black's kind of hanging on, but not according to the computer. Anyway, that's the rabbit hole. So that didn't work out because of d6 weakness. So he played here, but now just get my knight to f5. Yeah, queen f3 makes some sense. Probably even the next move, queen f3, makes sense. I bet this is a good move. Okay. Idea is we're going to take there, and then if you just take back, we're going to grab your knight with check. Instead, I went for a3. Gave away some advantage there. But yeah, I couldn't. It's the kind of position where you have an advantage, but it's not like black can make an immediate breakthrough and turn things around. So he's just kind of stuck. Knight e7 here would have been better, I think, yeah. Now he knows he needs to play knight e7. And I should come back knight g3. Okay. Yeah, c takes b5 was better. Hitting that bishop twice. Now, if a rook comes to c8, queen d2. Ah, I'm making threats over here. Okay. Knight takes on f5, we take, and now we're looking at this tasty morsel. And he can't go here because this has got to be devastating. g6, and then we get in here. So bishop d8 instead. Now we just sack. Oh, it's beautiful. Take on c1. We're okay. We're just gonna leave that sacrifice be. If he takes, it's just over. Bishop h8. Queen f6. Oh, this is nice. We're gonna get a rook lift. Rook c4. Yeah, there's nothing to be done. All right, another fun rabbit hole. It's fun when you play the opening well enough that you can look at alternate lines like this. Lines your opponent missed, or maybe even you missed. Yeah, but I gave away all my advantage here. This is a. I should have looked. Once I realized that, I looked at this and I realized now black can force a queen trade. But I always think, well, I like endings. But here, that's not the best play, not at all. I should recapture here, and he can bust my pawns up after this. Say, he can take here, but yeah, his pieces are so terrible. Bishop d8, he's trying to trade pieces off, and I still have a sacrifice lined up. So, yeah. I mean, I was aiming everything over at the king. I ended up going to this trade line. I still have an advantage. And, maybe this is a preferable advantage in some sense when you're low on time, like I was. So it works out well for me. So b4, this is the right plan to bust through. And I had to, I needed this bishop to support things here. Actually, I still have an advantage here. If the bishop gets kicked around, well, okay. Take. Oh, rook c7 with check. Rook f7, f2 c3. We've got an extra pawn. Not clear that we can hold it. Why wouldn't he try this? c6. Now we're going to get d6. Wow, it's a big advantage for white. So I didn't want to put up with that though. I wanted to stop his plans on the king side, and this works out well as well. He can go e4, but that just opens up some trouble for his king. And I've got this well blockaded, so my pawns will be more dangerous than his. Yeah, I'm not up a pawn here, but the way things go, it sure seems right. Yeah, I think this was a key mistake. Rook to e8 here, because he can't recapture with the rook because of bishop d4 pin. So this forces him to take with his blockading pawn. That's the most important pawn on the board for him, and now my pawns are loose. And oh, bishop takes c5, really? Oh, I see. That makes a threat. But I just like these two passers, these two connectors. Yeah, bishop a2, planning on trading off these bishops. Bishop d2, okay. Check. It likes bishop f6, king f6. I suppose I can just... Yeah, I can take. This is probably enough to win. Now we go d7. His bishop is useless here, so he's just got to take. Well, actually, I can... I shouldn't even win the exchange here. I should keep my pawns healthy. Yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise, he gets both my pawns. Rook d8. Now king f2. Just getting the king in the game. If this rook ever tries to come attack, we just shore up. Those passers are too much, and the rooks are just helpless behind them. They look embarrassed to be, you know, those are two really sad pieces. Okay, that would have worked too. I went for this line, and then d7. And now his rooks don't have access to these on the back rank. When you get that pawn to the 7th, and the stinger is that he can't come here with his rook either. Yeah, rook d6. Oh, it likes a4. Not sure why. But yeah, at this point, it's kind of all she wrote. And I could have gone rook f1, but then he gets in with f3. Yeah, king f2 is the right move. So I'm already playing with my rook. I need to play with my king. And this is a nice little trap. Say I try to go here. Well, I'm not sure. It's mate and 9 for me from here. Wait. Hold on. Now it's mate and 9 for black because he's got this check. And one of these pawns is going to promote. I'm supposed to go bishop f5 to stop the promotion. e1 queen. Yeah, and yeah. So that's counterplay I need to deal with, but fortunately I can easily deal with it. And now, yeah, this is the position. So maybe a line, possibly go, maybe, bishop takes here, and I just take here. I'm bringing a rook here. I'm up a piece. I can just grab this pawn at some point. Yeah. And what's black supposed to do here? Save a pawn. I'm going rook c8. If he tries king here, rook e3. Don't even use your discovery. This probably wins too. But anyway, I'm already up a piece here, so there's no need to be too fancy. I can just protect the bishop or drop it back. So, okay. Thanks for watching, folks, and thanks for the game. Bad or Lamal, however you say that. Stay feisty, folks.